LeBron James scored 30 points, Anthony Davis added 25 points and 23 rebounds, and the Los Angeles Lakers avoided playoff elimination with a 119-108 victory over the Denver Nuggets in Game 4 of their first-round series Saturday night. D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves scored 21 points apiece for the 7th-seeded Lakers, who snapped their 11-game losing streak against the defending NBA champions with their first win over the Nuggets since December 2022. Denver swept Los Angeles out of the Western Conference Finals last season, but the current Lakers responded to this 0-3 deficit with a performance more worthy of a team that rolled into the postseason with 12 wins in 15 games. James scored 14 points in the fourth quarter on 6 of 8 shooting, again carrying the Lakers late in his 21st NBA season. Nikola Jokic had 33 points, 14 rebounds and 14 assists in the two-time MVP's 18th career triple-double and second in this series. Game 5 is Monday night in Denver. After blowing a double-digit lead in each of the first 3 games of the series, Los Angeles again took a healthy lead early in the second half of Game 4, but never fell behind again despite the Nuggets' unsurprising late rally. Michael Porter Jr. had 27 points and 11 rebounds for Denver, and Jamal Murray scored 22 points while going 0 for 4 on 3-point attempts. Aaron Gordon had just 7 points for the Nuggets after putting up 29 in Game 3 during the highest-scoring playoff game of his career. The Lakers' 19-point lead with just over 6 minutes left dwindled to 113-106 on Jokic's 3-point play with 1:25 left, but Reeves hit a short jumper before adding 2 free throws as LA held on. The second-seeded Nuggets also lost a closeout game in last season's first round while up 3-0 on Minnesota, but Denver won that series in 5 games and lost only 3 more times on the way to its first title. The Lakers showed no quit in their dire circumstances in Game 4, pounding the ball inside for 44 points in the paint during the first half alone. Los Angeles' 61-48 halftime lead also was its 4th of the series. The Lakers stretched their advantage to 15 points in the third quarter and kept building until the final minutes, when Jokic and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope finally sparked a Nuggets rally. Reggie Jackson played 9 minutes for Denver despite spraining his ankle in the second half of Game 3. Nuggets coach Michael Malone initially didn't think Jackson would be available for Game 4, but the 13-year veteran stunned the coaches with his quick recovery. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams was on his hands and knees after taking a hard shot to the eye on the opening possession of a pivotal playoff game. By the third quarter, Williams was draining a pair of three-pointers during a 9-0 run that had the New Orleans Pelicans reeling. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 24 points, Williams and Josh Giddey each had 21, and the Thunder beat the Pelicans 106-85 on Saturday to take a 3-0 lead in their first-round playoff series. The top-seeded Thunder entered the playoffs answering a lot of questions about the relative youth and inexperience on its roster, and that appeared justified after a 2-point escape at home in Game 1 against the 8th-seeded Pelicans. Since then, the Thunder have posted victory margins of 32 in Game 2 and 21 in Game 3, in no small part because of a relentless defensive effort that has kept the Pelicans to 92 or fewer points in all 3 games of the series. Oklahoma City hit 17 of 36 47.2% from three-point range and held a lead of 10 points or more throughout the second half, going up by as many as 24 in the fourth quarter. The Pelicans, who've been without star forward Zion Williamson during the series because of his hamstring injury, will try to avoid elimination at home in Game 4 on Monday night. History is not on their side. No team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 series deficit. Brandon Ingram scored 19 points and C.J. McCollum had 16 for New Orleans, which struggled to hit from the perimeter and to take care of the ball. The Pelicans, who shot just 27.7% from three-point range during the series' first 2 games combined, improved only marginally in their return home, hitting 28.1%, 9 of 32. New Orleans also turned the ball over 21 times, leading to 23 Thunder points. The game was competitive until the Thunder went on a 14-0 run in the second quarter that gave Oklahoma City a 54-39 lead. The surge began with a 3 by Gilgeous-Alexander before Lou Dort connected on 3 straight from deep. After McCollum's 3 cut the Pelicans' deficit to 12, they had a chance to get closer in the final seconds of the half, but Gilgeous-Alexander stole the ball from McCollum and was fouled. Gilgeous-Alexander hit 2 free throws to give the Thunder a 60-46 lead at halftime. By the time Franz Wagner finished outscoring Cleveland by himself in the third quarter, what had been a competitive game turned into another rout in this series between the Orlando Magic and Cavaliers. Wagner had 34 points and 13 rebounds, and the Magic held the Cavaliers scoreless for a second-half stretch of almost 7 minutes, cruising to a 112-89 victory Saturday that tied the Eastern Conference first-round series at 2-2. After putting up 60 points in the first half, Cleveland was outscored 37-10 in the third quarter and managed only 29 points in the second half. Wagner had 10 points in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter and finished with 12 in the period, when the Cavaliers missed 14 of their 18 shots. Game 4 of the series will be Tuesday night in Cleveland, where the number 4 seeded Cavaliers won the first 2 by double digits before getting blown out twice in Florida. Isaac 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and Markelle Fultz 12 points, 4 rebounds gave the Magic major help off the bench. Paolo Banchero, who had 35 points in Orlando's 121-83. Jarrett Allen had 21 points and 9 rebounds for the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell had 18 points, all in the first half. Including the games in this series, the Magic have won 6 straight at home while losing 6 straight on the road. Wagner opened the second half by converting a Cleveland turnover into a layup and hitting a jump shot from the free throw line. He added a three-pointer and a three-point play on a 5-minute, 17-6 run that put Orlando up 68-67. The Magic finished the quarter with 14 straight points, and 3 straight baskets by Franz Wagner stretched their lead to 24 early in the fourth quarter. Max Struss' three-pointer with 5:26 left in the third quarter accounted for the Cavs' final points of the period. They did not score again until Caris LeVert's jumper with 10:40 left in the fourth. The game included several minor skirmishes, including a Jalen Suggs-Darius Garland face-to-face confrontation and a fourth-quarter flagrant foul on Struss for holding up Cole Anthony on a dunk attempt. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown each scored 22 points to lead a balanced approach, and the Celtics soundly beat the Miami Heat 104-84 on Saturday night to take a 2-1 lead in their Eastern Conference first-round playoff series. Game 4 is Monday in Miami, where the Celtics are 9-2 in their last 11 games and 6-1 in their last 7 playoff games. Tatum added 10 rebounds and 6 assists for the Celtics, who led Game 3 wire-to-wire and reclaimed the home court edge that they lost when Miami won Game 2 in Boston. Kristaps Porzingis had 18 points and Derek White scored 16 for the Celtics. The last time either team saw these kind of numbers, Boston on defense, Miami on offense, was Game 5 of the East Finals on May 25, 2022, a 93-80 Celtics road win that helped them reach that season's NBA Finals. The Heat had scored more than 84 points in every game since, and the Celtics had allowed more than 84 in every game since. Bam Adebayo scored 20 points for 8th-seeded Miami, which remains without starters Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier because of injuries. Nikola Jovic and Tyler Herro each scored 15 for the Heat, who got 12 from Jamie Jaquez Jr. Bounce-back efforts have been a trend for Boston this season. The Celtics, the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs, don't lose often, and when they do, they tend to just come out and win their next one. Boston is now 15-4 in the game immediately following the loss this season, its average victory margin in those games 12.2 points. Boston never trailed in Game 1, a 114-94 win, and never trailed in Game 3 either, on its way to beating Miami for the 5th time in 6 meetings this season. The Celtics led 21-12 after 1, setting the tone for how nothing would come easily for the Heat. Midway through the second quarter, it, briefly, seemed like Miami had weathered the storm. The Heat were making a bit of a run, the building had some life, and Herro had a look at a three-pointer that would have gotten the Heat within 10. The Celtics outscored Miami 20-8 in the next 4.5 minutes to go up 61-36, and the game was really never in doubt again. It was 63-39 at the break, Boston dominant in every which way, a 19-2 edge in points off turnovers, a 26-12 scoring edge in the paint, 27-15 in rebounds, 13-6 in assists. The lead reached 29 in the second half, Miami never getting closer than 18 after halftime.